Agent 47 is back on PSVR2 to show everyone once again that VR is the future of entertainment. Ladies and gentlemen, Hitman World of Assassination on PSVR2 is another proof that VR is the absolute best way to experience video games in 2025. And another nail in the coffin for those who still think PSVR2 is dead and PSVR2 has no games and blah blah blah. Although not many of those are left for obvious reasons, but anyways, those guys. We're not talking about them today. Today we're talking about how transformative it is to play Hitman World of Assassination on PSVR2 compared to any other gaming platform. You see, I'm not the biggest Hitman fan out there. I mean, I even forgot that I played the entire Hitman trilogy before on my PS5. And the only thing that reminded me was the number of hours I spent in the game after I installed it. That's how forgettable it was for me to play the flat version of Hitman. It was such a flat experience that I couldn't even remember playing. So it's safe to say I had very low expectations when I tried Hitman on PSVR2 on launch day. And yes, I received my review key on launch day by the way, and that's why I couldn't put out a review for you guys day one. So a couple of minutes inside the world of Hitman on PSVR2 were more than enough to make me go from, oh great, now I gotta spend the next hour or so trying to kill someone, to oh my god, this is awesome. I'm definitely spending the next hour planning the perfect assassination. I know that sounds wrong, but if you're watching this video and you're not a gamer, just remember we're talking about video games here, alright? Don't call the FBI. So what's so special about this PSVR2 version of Hitman that made me fall in love with the franchise? Well, there are multiple things that come to mind, but perhaps the most important one is the previously unachievable sense of presence. Seeing the world from the eyes of Agent 47, becoming Agent 47, simply existing in that world which is densely filled with NPCs. It just makes you feel like you're actually there. You don't feel like you're playing a video game. No, you feel like you're inside that world, and that feeling is transformative. You see, you can play Hitman on flat screen, or you can play it on PSVR2, but it's not the same game. Or maybe technically it is the same game, but not the same experience. Previously, interactions with NPCs like the one I'm about to show you, they don't matter. They don't add anything to the game. They don't leave any impression on you. But now that you're seeing these NPCs face to face, it's a completely different story.
Making fun of short people. Very funny, man.
Everyone knows that the level design in Hitman games are some of the best you can find in the industry, but trust me, if you don't play Hitman on PSVR2, then you simply cannot appreciate it enough. Guys, some of these environments are massive, and gorgeous too. Most of the time, I found myself wandering around, staring at the world around me, appreciating all the small details that I couldn't even notice in flat screen. I mean, that's the thing about playing a game in first-person VR, right? You get to see everything, and I mean everything. You get to feel the true scale of things, the true scale of environments, which is of course something you can never experience in flat screen. The gameplay mechanics of the PSVR2 version of Hitman are also transformative. Full ambidexterity, everything is done manually from aiming, reloading, choking, dragging, and the eye-tracked thrown mechanic makes you feel like John Wick. It is nothing like playing the game on flat screen. You cannot even compare the gameplay in both versions. VR gameplay is in a league of its own in terms of realism and immersion, and that's a fact.
Hold on. Thinking. Slipped your mind.
Your target is down.
My wife.
Now head calmly towards an exit.
Well, Mr. Ritter,
So hopefully it should be pretty clear to you by now that PSVR2 is the new home of the Hitman games. It is the best platform to experience the Hitman trilogy. Like seriously, you can't have the same experience even on a 5090 high-end gaming PC. So if you love Hitman and for some reason you still haven't bought a PSVR2, now is the perfect time for you to do so. If you have a PSVR2, then definitely buy this game. I know it's not perfect. I've seen a few people saying this is perfect and this is the best game on PSVR2. And all I'm gonna say is that objectively speaking, this is not the best PSVR2 game out there. At least not in its current state. It has its decent share of shortcomings, like the lower than expected resolution. You can definitely see the reprojection. Tons of bugs and game crashes, so yeah, the game could definitely use more polishing, but either ways, I still recommend you buy this game because A, this is a great game that is unlike anything else on PSVR 2. I mean, good luck finding another PSVR 2 game that has a 20 plus hour long campaign, unlimited replayability value, insane level variety, etc. etc. And B, VR needs more support. So if you want to see more AAA games making their way to PSVR 2, then I always recommend supporting VR developers by speaking with your wallets. IO Interactive gave us the ultimate version of their best game, and we need to give them back. And no, this video is not sponsored. I'm actually a little mad at IO Interactive for sending me a key on launch day, and not a week prior to that. I really wanted to cover this game on launch, but I understand this is still a small channel, and developers unfortunately mostly care about subscriber count. So if you guys want to help grow this channel, if you want to help us get more support from developers, then all you have to do is hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and turn on notifications. Thank you guys for all of your support. That's gonna have to do it for this video, guys. I'll see you in the next one, but until then, take care.